The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting group. Access Fort Wayne is a department of the Allen County Public Library. If you or anyone you know might be interested in making a television show, please call 260-421-1250.
Thank you for coming to our diabetes reversal course. I think you're going to love this a little bit. Well, maybe you won't, but I'm going to start with a little poetry, a little bit of a song, but it has information. If I rule the world, every day will be about preventing, reversing diabetes. Start spreading the news. I'm sick and tired of it. Diabetes is diabolical, crippling, deadly. I'm walking through the heart of it. I'll show you how to get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. Why get rid of it? A living hell. Blindness, dementia, loss of speech, paralysis, loss of teeth, heart attacks and strokes, amputations, toes, feet, and legs. Renal and liver transplants, and many cancers, 30 years of disability, and die 30 years too young. My BMI is sky high. Fly me to the moon. I might die. Wheat belly, beer belly, pear shape, apple shape. Respect your body. Respect your body. Rudy's good news. What a wonderful world. It can be prevented, stopped, reversed. Eradicate, don't medicate. The time is now. Prevention, proven, powerful, possible. Do it, do it, do it. Testing is like confessing. Diabetes can be found in overweight and 30% in normal weight. It's not just wheat belly, beer belly, or pear belly. I repeat, even the normal weight can be diabetic. It's a blood test that rules the world. HbA1c and serum insulin. Insulin can be elevated 10 to 15 years before the blood sugar goes up, and diseases are silently already occurring. Wake up, get the serum insulin starting at age 3. Hospital systems don't want you to do that. They want to make money and not get rid of your disease. Look at my YouTube videos. They will tell you what test to get. When you have time, there are many more videos by me for you to see for free and on your YouTube about diabetes prevention and reversing. Please do it. I want you to be well. Knowledge is everything. Take vitamin M. Music. Walk 30 minutes a day and keep the doctor away. Walk a mile with a smile. Yoga and Tai Chi are for thee. Walk, lift your feet, sing a song. Baby, it's cold outside. Glad you dropped in. You have to eat, but not too sweet. Please live to be 100. Play pickleball and tap dance with me. I hope this taught you something. But diabetes is my main passion, because It's preventable. You can get rid of it 2 to 3 weeks. The information is here. Look at my YouTube shows and videos, and I'll review them in more detail with you a little bit. But let's also talk about the diseases that it causes. A simple way, if you've had enough information and you feel I'm ready to go to work, here's a great book you could get by Susan Ryan, Simply Keto. Susan Ryan, Simply Keto. And she also has a tremendous number of YouTube shows. What I like about this book, in the first 60, 70 pages, she explains to you what keto is all about, and proper eating, what foods to buy and not to buy. She's lost 120 pounds. I didn't say you had to lose some weight. You don't need to lose some weight. But what's beautiful about her book is 60, 70 pages of explanation and pictures of her and her husband and food list. And then she even has in here 3 meals a day, but with pictures and on of every meal on there, and it's good food. It's not food that you won't want to eat. It is wonderful food, and at each bottom of each page, she'll have the number of calories involved, the amount of fat, the amount of protein, the amount of carbs. It's all listed every page, as every recipe, and you won't believe the food. If you have diabetes or want to prevent diabetes, simply to follow this, you won't have diabetes in 2 or 3 weeks. If you want to make it a little bit faster even, she has in here 3 meals a day. You might go 2 meals. You skip the breakfast. We don't actually need breakfast. That was an invention by industry. Yes, I don't eat breakfast. I'm 89 years old, weigh 129 pounds, yes, and take only 1 pill, vitamin M, music, sing songs, tap dance, and am I, as one example, proof of everything? No, but it's not a bad idea when you look at what I've been doing. My pants I wore 20 years ago, I kept them at home, and they look a lot bigger than the pants now, and I thought I was normal weight. But maybe I should have gotten a serum insulin. I didn't know about it then, but I sure do know about it now. Other complications of diabetes, why I don't want you to have it, is when you think of the complications of it, from blindness to dementia to dental disease. Yes, most of our diseases start actually in our teeth. Our teeth drop out, our enamel gets eroded because we're eating the wrong food. Liver disease, yes. And what's so nice to know about liver disease, if you look at my previous lecture here, if you still catch it, if it's 25% above is still good, you can totally return your liver disease to normal by eating the right food or just following the Simply Keto book. And diabetes can cause nerve dysfunction, numbness in the hands and the feet and hip and knee arthritis, bowel diseases, many cancers. are due to being diabetic. Dementia, heart attacks, strokes. 50% of the people who die of a heart attack just grab their chest and die. They had disease and did not know it. They did not get their serum insulin, which elevated 10 to 15 years before the blood sugar goes up. So if you tell me, I'm not diabetic, my blood sugars are normal, that doesn't prove anything to me. You need to get a serum insulin that's elevated 15 years before the blood sugar goes up. Changes are occurring in your body while the insulin is elevated. Yes, yes. And a great book to read about that if for some reason that you're not convinced about what I'm speaking about. This is a great book to read by Jason Fung, F-U-N-G. He's from Canada now, and he used to be a kidney doctor. Then he realized every kidney patient had diabetes. So now he's a diabetic doctor, and he's all over the world. He has wonderful YouTube shows, and you can. It's an excellent way to get rid of your diabetes. And he speaks a lot about the serum insulins on page 77. But these books I'm speaking about, like Susan Ryan's book, you can go into Amazon, used books. You know how much? $3 to $4. I'd like you to have a book. That way you can underline things, read things, see pictures. I encourage you to get Susan Ryan's book and maybe Jason Fung's book. I got them at a used price. But those two books would go a long way. Other proof, and part of the reason that we have so much diabetes is that our hospital system, our medical school system has been captured by the money industry. Mm-hmm. We have wonderful hospitals, and they'll teach you how to treat your diabetes, but they'll not teach you how to get rid of it. I've been there. Get your own information and get rid of your diabetes. And I even have further proof of that. And this is an important book maybe to get to, and it's been endorsed by Robert Lustig, Gary Taubes, right here. Get this book. Fork in the Road, A Hopeful Guide to Food Freedom. And Dr. Unwin, David Unwin from England, that's another opinion from England, and they have a socialistic system. Him and his wife were both diabetics, and they learned, just like I want you to learn, and they are now all over the world. 22 countries they travel to regularly. I hope to bring them to our hometown, Fort Wayne, here sometime in the future. But that book, Fork in the Road, talks a lot about what the real problem is: sugar addiction. And they attack it along with some other providers that they have in there. A wonderful book to read, Simply Keto, Fork in the Road. I really, because they attack and also on the back of this book, they have listed many websites from all over the world. That's the reason I think you should need this book. Robert Lustig books, Addictions Unplugged, Yoga of Eating, Sugar Demons, Fat Chance, In the Realm of Food Junkies, all books and websites that you can review, you will have more information than you would need. But he has the answer in here. Even recipes are in here. And he has the answer. So I highly encourage you to get Fork in the Road, A Hopeful Guide to Food Freedom by this is by Jen Unwin and David Unwin. They're all in here, and you can get to their websites, and food guides are in here. And because I don't want you to accept diabetes. I met someone recently who sent me a note that he was recently operated on him. I wanted him to get rid of his diabetes. Very famous person in town. And he said, I will always take my pills. I respect diabetes. Well, if you respect diabetes, you get the disease. The diseases that diabetes causes, and you're not going to live to be 100, I'll tell you. Disease-free. I want you to live to be 100, disease-free. I also would have called prevention is the cure. I meant to put it up here, and I put it up here afterwards. That's a book I have on Amazon. I didn't say you had to buy it, but what's my point? The reason so many people have diabetes is a school lunch program. Just look at the menu, put it up menu in your city. I even put it up in Chicago, and it is changing a little bit, but not very much. A failure of the school lunch program, failure of public health. Who's our public health director? I don't know who he is. Sugar industry, they have bribed our legislatures, the House and the Senate lobbyists, same darn thing. They're collecting the money from the industry. Poor nutrition teaching, it's everywhere. It's even at the medical school. I've been there. I wanted to lecture on preventing and reversing diabetes. They won't allow me to lecture because they are connected to the hospitals. Now they're building a building across the street from the hospital. Hospitals are very well run, but there's no room there on how to get rid of diabetes. I've been there lately. I went to a beautiful place. I thought I was in heaven, down Highway 14, but there was no room there on preventing and stopping and reversing diabetes. Maybe they're just to make money. Okay, we understand that. Cow's milk, which I want you to read Whitewash by Joe Keon, read about cow's milk, and you realize it has so many allergies and even sudden anaphylactic reactions where they die on the spot. And they're giving it to our school kids. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so a hospital system which is not spending time on teaching prevention, perhaps we could partially forgive them. That's how they make money. But I'm trying to teach you how to avoid having to go there in the first place. In the medical schools, of course, it's sinful that they are not teaching how to prevent diabetes. It's a world pandemic. It's a world pandemic. But the good news is it's preventable, reversible. Just read these books that I told you about. An easy way to get rid of diabetes is, just give you an example, things that I teach. Dr. Rudy's Keto 16-8. In other words, what I'm saying is do some fasting. You don't have to eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I play pickleball till around from 9 to about 11, and then I eat my lunch. And if you eat a healthy lunch, so what am I doing? I'm fasting. I'm not eating. Your body, which a lot of people we don't talk enough about, our body secretes about 5 hormones in the morning that keeps our blood sugar quite even. Yes, yes. Growth hormone, steroids, gut hormones are changed. And so in the morning, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry at all. I've been doing this for a long time, and I told you I weigh 128 pounds, and I didn't aim to lose weight, but it happened. And it's every day is the same, and your body has a set point to it. If you eat the same way day after day after day, after a while, it'll keep you there. My set point used to be 134. Minus a little water, how much water I drank, but now it's 127, 128. Why is that? The body senses that, and I think if I eat too much, the basic metabolic rate slows down, so I burn less calorie, and the other way. It's kind of interesting. And then if the first meal you eat around noon is fairly healthy, has some good proteins in it, like eggs, some good fats, omega-3 fats, guacamole, and the next meal, it doesn't really matter what you eat. It's my experience. I didn't say it'd be yours, but it almost doesn't matter what you eat, and you'll be healthy. You won't die from diabetes or its other chronic diseases, and that's the problem with diabetes. There's so many diseases associated with it, and I can show you a picture here. Rudy's 16.8, and you don't want those diseases. A tremendous number of people today are getting their legs amputated. Yes, they go to nursing homes. They develop heart disease, lung disease, and I even formed a keto 16.8 food pyramid where I have at the bottom, good fats and good oils, coconut oil, medium chain, sugary fatty foods, and to read more about it, there are also books that I have on Amazon. I'm not trying to sell books, but if you want to, go to the library and get them. Go to the library and get them. The New Slavery with the sugar. Prevention is the Cure, which is right there. And Simply Keto, which is right there. But the world we're looking at today is full of cancer, ulcers, colon cancers, kidney cancers, heart disease can be avoided. Arthritis of the knees, arthritis of the hips are increased in people with diabetes. So let's summarize things for you a little bit and try to remember my poetry or song or whatever you want to call it. And I'm glad today that I was able to speak it. If you want to call it singing, I'll feel better, but that's okay. You get a voice, you can sing. Just do it. Just do it. And I encourage you to get Jason Fong's book, The Diabetes Code. I think to prevent it and reverse it, that has the scientific evidence in there. And look at the websites of his, Keto, and you can look at my websites. There are many of them on YouTube. And then spell it, don't say it because it'll mislead you. Kachmann. I've on there 1,000 shows on diabetes and other chronic diseases are on there for you to watch for free. You're going to watch them again and again and again. So information is what you need. And you might say, you know, Rudy, why are you doing this? And hey, I'm a doctor, you know. And I learned this information years ago. What I figured out, I was a neurosurgeon. What I figured out that most of the people who come to see me were stressed. And that's because I read Candace Hurt's book called Molecules of Emotion. But I also wrote a book after that, Welcome to Your Mind Body. That summarizes how our thought process affects our whole body. And I encourage you maybe to have a look at that. You can find them on Amazon. Welcome to Your Mind Body. It teaches you the science of how our brain and our gut are connected to scientific hormones, neurotransmitters, nerves. But it's more fun once we know how that is. So in summary, I hope you get a copy of these poetry and song, Diabetes, by Dr. Rudy Kachmann. But maybe you don't like to hear it, but I hope you can find a copy. Because it'll make sure you get the right test, and that you don't, oh, I have diabetes, my blood sugar is up. No, once you get that serum insulin testing 10 to 15 years beforehand, because the insulin is causing disease in you, and I don't want you to have it. And you can prevent all that, and dance pickleball with me when I'm 100, maybe tap dance or sing a song or take singing lessons like I do. See you next time. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.